Hello, it's time for Flashback, the weekly history quiz. Let's find out what's happened in history. Here we have 1989, Tim Berners-Lee writes a proposal called Information Management. It becomes the World Wide Web. Amazing. And then against that, we're saying the Dutch first used metal blades on ice skates. In winter, their frozen canals become high-speed highways. When do we think this is? The 16th or 17th century, maybe? I don't know. No, so much earlier, the 1200s. Wow, okay. Soldiers mutiny against Congress in Philadelphia seeking back pay. Lawmakers flee and decide to place the capital on federal land. Okay, well, that'll be the 18th century, I guess. Yep, 1783. All right. Unhappy with the slow tempo, a music executive tries to stop Louis Armstrong from recording his next song, What a Wonderful World. That is a great song. I don't really remember exactly when that would be. The 40s? No, 1967. Are you kidding? Wow. I never would have guessed that that was as late as it was. That's fascinating. My guesses are way off, but at least I'm putting the things in the right positions. Studying to become a doctor, Frida Kahlo is hospitalized after a bus accident. To occupy herself, she begins to paint. Well, I think we can pretty comfortably put that between 1783 and 1967. Yeah, 1920s. Okay. Angering his hospital, Sidney Farber first uses chemicals to treat kids with leukemia. Some enter brief remission, showing the promise of chemotherapy. That's amazing. Wow. Okay. Well, when do we think that is? Probably after the 20s, but before the 60s. Yeah, 1947 to 48. Okay. Deeply religious, John Wanamaker wants his clothing store to be moral and honest. To avoid haggling, he adopts a simpler system, price tags. Okay, do we think this is before or after 1925? I'm going to say before. Maybe the late 19th century? It is, 1861. Not very late, but late-ish. Okay, the printing press first arrives near Rome. Instead of heavy German lettering, Italians will develop more readable fonts, including Roman and Italic. Well, I think that'll be after the 1200s for sure. Yeah, the 1464 to 65. I mean, that's soon after the invention of the printing press, actually, at that point, which I guess isn't a surprise. Okay, after 200 years of construction delays, a cathedral's bell tower, still leaning, is completed in Pisa. Oh no, when do I think this is? Maybe after the printing press, before 1783. No, 1372 is wrong. That's a shame. Okay. Fascinating though. Wow. Been there a long time. Okay. Well, I got one wrong today. How did I do? I was in the popular group here. Nearly half of players in that category. Although I guess to be in that category, you could have missed up to 3. Up to 4. Okay, so let's see. What did people do here? Just about everybody got the Dutch skaters right. That's not a surprise. Only a third of people placed the Tower of Pisa correctly, so I was in good company at least. Most people, but not everybody, got the printing press. Just about everybody got the soldiers mutinying against Congress. That's not a surprise. Most people got the clothing store right. High percentage of people with Frida Kahlo. Yeah, a lot of 80s and 90s in this one, but then that one big error for most people, the Tower of Pisa. That's really interesting. Well, there we go. That was the week in history. That was the flashback. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll be back next week. Bye for now.